Hey guys, it's Glenn from Glenn'sCarCollection.com, and we're driving one of my favorite cars, the 2018 Volkswagen Golf R, in my favorite color of blue and my favorite transmission, which is a 6-speed manual. So we're going to take this for a drive. We'll go over the interior features. At the end of the video, we'll take it for a drive. Big back seat. So I just got out of an F90 M5, and I would say this actually has a bigger back seat. I'm sitting behind myself right now. You can see the beautiful 3 pedals over there, and look how much legroom I had compared to the even the M5. Very, very practical car. I can put my hockey bag in the back, no problem. It's all-wheel drive, and did I say this already? A 6-speed manual. Let's take a look at the car. I love the Volkswagen wheels. They look awesome. Here's the R badge, so you know you got the more expensive one. Over 70 horsepower more than a GTI and about 22 foot-pounds of torque. Beautiful color. This is for sale, BMW Tenafly. I know they sell BMWs, but they sell sports cars too. Huge back seat. You could probably fit 3 people back there, making this a 5-seater. They'd love to sell you this car. Just tell them you saw Glenn's video, and I'm sure they'll give you a great price on it. All right, so let's take it for a spin. We'll go onto the interior. Sorry for all the road noise. Love these seats on the R, very, very comfortable. All right, guys, we're inside the car. This 2018 Golf GTI. So we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 292 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, about 72 horsepower over a GTI, about 22 foot-pounds of torque. And it's not just any Golf R. We have the navigation and DCC package. So DCC package is called Dynamic Chassis Control. So we got less body roll, a little better handling around the turns, or a lot better handling around the turns. That navigation package gives us a much bigger screen for navigation, and it also gives us a 400-watt Fender stereo system. You can tell that by the speakers here. Love these Volkswagen interiors, love the seats. We have a backup camera. This is a 2018 model. So to go in reverse, to activate that camera, reverses up and to the left. Well, we can't get there. So on Volkswagens, you have to push down and then go up to the left, and now our camera is activated. Very clear, very good resolution. Now, I love this car because why? It has 3 pedals. So we just drove a 600 horsepower M5, and I have a feeling I am going to like this car better. Now, it does roll back. There's no hill control, at least that I know of here. So unlike my BMW stick shifts, like my 1M and M2 doesn't roll back, this actually does roll back. All right, so we'll take it for a spirited spin. This actually sounds really, really good, this car. I was driving it before, so the engine is all warmed up. All right, let's accelerate. Remember, we got all-wheel drive, though it does drive like a front drive car. Wow, good sound here, huh? Now with the M5, it does have all-wheel drive, so it will add weight. The M5 that we just got out of, also 2018, also blue, I don't know which video I'll post first, was almost 4,400 pounds, about 4,370. This is less than that. And you can feel the difference straight away in these turns. Wow, you got great sound. Now the back seat is huge in this car, right? I felt like I was sitting behind myself. I had so much room back there compared to the M5. I don't know what's sitting behind myself. I had a lot of room. I'm just overjoyed with excitement. Why? Because this is a stick shift manual. Now it does drive like a turbocharged car. I can feel the car pulling. It's just a 4-cylinder turbo, but it feels like it's got a lot of grunt down low. Now the shifting is a little vague. It's not anywhere near my S2000, but I think you'd still be very, very happy with it. The clutch is nice and easy, nice and light. All right, so you can feel the sound when I accelerate. It's pretty cool. We'll try heel towing up here when we make our turn. We can go in a gear. Very easy to shift gears, very light clutch. I think if I was stuck in traffic, I'd be fine. Steering, you know, it's a little dead on center, typical for a modern car. Car seems very stable, track's very straight. The brakes work really good. This is a really good, if you know, you have a family, it's got such a big back seat. And again, it's not a 7 Series, but it's a bigger back seat. Probably, you know, legroom wise than my 340i X-Drive. So you can fit your family in there, probably some baby seats, and track or autocross this on the weekend. All right, so you got all the lane keeping assist here. We'll see, we'll do it. Yes, you got a lot, you got a lot of power. This is a pocket rocket. Is this better than the GLA 45? Well, right now I'm going to say yes, and I think a lot of that is going to be because of the manual transmission. That guy can't even stay in his lane. What the heck was he doing? All right, so we're going to go up here. We're going to turn around. We should have no problem turning around. Able to heel toe shift, no problem. I have a big size 13 foot, so I just rolled it over. All right, now let's see what the turning radius is here. Very carefully turn around. Look over our shoulders, be 100% sure nobody's coming. Yep, and we made it. Do a little acceleration. Now it even tells us very clearly what gear we're in. Now when we go from a stop from a low speed, we really feel that torque. As we're going higher in the rev range, I do feel that power dying out. So it'll be good around town because you always have the torque to pull out. You're not going to have like super speed on the highway that you could you know, just blow people away. It's got a pretty good 0 to 60 time for this class of a car. Again, it's very comfortable. What I like about the Golf Rs, and I've always liked about them, I did a review, I think it was back in 2017, so I think it was a new car, my friend's car, and I remember I had a blast driving it around the roads near where I live. And his was a stick shift, same color as this, and it was just so much fun. It does change direction pretty well. You do have the all-wheel drive, so slap some snow tires on it, and I think you would really have a blast in the winter. If I could buy another car, I would strongly consider the Golf R, because you could take your family with this and you know, track it on the weekends. It's an all-weather car, and you got a stick shift. Now, if you don't want a stick, don't get a stick, but my vote is definitely to get the stick shift in this car. All right, so we're gonna go the opposite way this van is going. All right, so we'll head back to the dealership, but my initial impressions are excellent. This car has exceeded my expectations. All right, so now we're gonna have to make a left here. So this is just like you would be driving this car. That's a cool all-road wagon there, or an A4 wagon, I guess. Yep. This Infiniti QX60 is what I rented out in Monterey Car Week. All right, too bad we couldn't get a run on the turns here, so we'll slow up just so we can do a little turning. I like the fact that it's all-wheel drive. I'm not crazy about front-wheel drive, even though it acts as a front-wheel drive, obviously, sometimes. All right, so here's some turns. You can accelerate. You can really pull with the torque of this engine. 282 foot-pounds, 280 foot-pounds, I believe. You could really pull out of the turns, and it sounds very good too. Now, as far as sound goes, I think the sound is pretty cool in this car. I would say the GLA 45 AMG probably sounded a little better, but this has a way better ride. So I would take this over the GLA 45 that I had. Plus, you can get it in blue. They had a blue for the Mercedes, but it was like a very sky blue, light blue. It didn't look good. But this actually is very, very good. Lots of fun shifting. How can you not go through the gears in this car? Easy to heel toe. Sounds great when you're downshifting. Throws could be a little shorter. Clutch could have a little more feel to it. I think they did pretty well with the sound. I think they did well with the seats. These are all day comfortable. I think they did well with the backup camera. I think they did well with the looks, the colors it's available in. And it's a fun to drive. And what could you ask for in this price category, new or used, but a fun to drive manual car. And this is an all seasons car. You got your heated seats right here, so you're all set for the winter. Why not just have a blast with this car? And I would definitely take the long way to work And maybe not the long way to work because I don't want to be late, but definitely the long way home for sure. All right, now here's a test. We're going on some really bumpy roads, but it did a real good job. All right, guys, that's the end of our video. If you want this car, check out BMW Tenafly's inventory, new, used BMW sports cars. They got it all. Tell me you saw Glenn's video, and I'm sure they'll give you a great price on this car. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.